Okay, so I'm going to get started now, and I'd like to welcome you to this online meditation sitting. Really happy that you're here. For those who don't know me, my name is Wendy Kwan, and I'm the founder of the Calm Monkey. And what I do most of the time is I train and certify mindfulness facilitators for the corporate workplace. And I've been running this sitting group in person since 2011. But in light of COVID-19, I'm bringing these online, which is pretty neat because then lots of different people from around the world can join in. Let's see, so it's nice to see people's, a bit of people's lives, right? You kind of get to look into their living room or wherever they are. You can see behind me here, that odd looking shaped thing there is my meditation chair. It's a very low chair down to the floor. So that's where I meditate all the time. So this time is just for you. And even if you're with other people in your own home right now, I'd like you to regard this time for yourself. Okay. And just in honor of being here together, I'd like you to be present as much as you can and not check your phone and not check your email and that kind of thing. And with meditation, I'd like to make sure that you know that everybody's experiences are unique and different. And if at any time during meditation you have really strong negative emotions that are just kind of hard to take, I'd like you to feel free just to stop and to pause and not carry on with that meditation until you're ready to do so, or if you're ready to do so, okay? And if you'd like to talk to me at any time, just send me an email, or I'm going to stay on this call afterwards if you want to talk to me at all. Okay, so I want to jump right into this session. And I called it Being with Unease because of what we're dealing with right now. And we're going to be doing two different meditations. And I'm also going to be giving you a couple of really easy mindfulness techniques that you can work into your day-to-day lives. So choosing this subject, being with unease, it's because everybody's facing so much anxiety and disruption with COVID-19. It isn't easy to let go of some of these emotions. You know, there's techniques to do that, but sometimes you just can't let go of it, right? And it kind of stays with us. And the reality is that what we're dealing with isn't going to go away tomorrow. It's not going to go away in the next few weeks. So we need to do things to help us with our experience of this. So whether it's anxiety or worry or impatience or guilt or irritation, or irritation of being around the same people every day, or that your hair is grown out and it's just not the way you'd like it to look. There's lots of different reasons. You're all laughing because we're probably all facing that right now, right? Lots of different reasons to be uneasy, to feel this unease. So rather than ignoring these unpleasant feelings and trying to push them away and trying to resist them, what I hope to do with you in this hour is to show you how you might be able to meet these uneasy feelings with a soft acceptance. So allowing them to be there rather than pushing it away. Because when we try to push it away, that's when it feels harder. Okay, so that's what this is all about. I want to briefly touch base with you on what mindfulness is. So the people that have been with me for a while, bear with me. Maybe you can kind of guess what I'm going to say. Okay, so what I'd like to do is share out my screen here. Okay, so now you should be seeing my PowerPoint screen here. And what I want to mention actually, on your screen, if you're seeing that video panel strip on the side, where you're seeing perhaps myself and other people, if you want to get rid of that so you see the whole screen, you might notice that on the top of that panel, there's a left-hand little short rectangle, and if you click that, it's like the minimize button. You can click that and the panel will go away so you can see the whole screen. Okay, so what is mindfulness? This is the standard definition out there. It's a mouthful. Mindfulness is the awareness that emerges through paying attention on purpose in the present moment and non-judgmentally to things as they are. So, going over that again, mindfulness is the awareness that emerges through paying attention on purpose. So that's all about, giving something 100% of our attention and noticing what we're doing. And then in the present moment is, being present, being here, being now. And then non-judgmentally to things as they are. Now that's an interesting one. So, we're human beings and we're going to be judging. We have opinions. I see this more as judging less because that's more realistic, I think, than not judging at all. But looking at things with less judgment and seeing things as they are helps us to not have this resistance of, why isn't something the way we want it to be? So I want to talk about that a bit. And the first practice I'm going to offer you is just something really easy. It's something I came up with myself because I find it really helpful. If you don't judge, you can't get frustrated. So that's kind of If you don't judge, you can't get frustrated. So think about that a bit. If you kind of go through your life and judge things less, don't you think that your life would feel that much easier? Right? So that's all that is. That's so simple. The next practice is learning to be with what is. And that's what we're going to do in the second meditation. This is going to be our second meditation. It can also be an easy day-to-day mindfulness practice. Once you learn this meditation, you could certainly do the meditation, or you can just call up that technique during the day of learning to be with what is. Okay, so you'll hear more about that. And then the 4 attitudes for meditation. Basically, these are the 4 attitudes, the 4 things that if we remember to do these while we practice meditation, it makes it so much better. The first is to have no expectations. So not expecting anything in particular from your meditation experience. Okay, because a lot of times we think, oh, when I meditate, I shouldn't be thinking. That's not the case. We have a human mind. We're going to be thinking. Our minds are going to wander. What we want to do is have no expectations at all of our meditation. It is what it is. Not judging ourselves about, oh, I can't meditate. Oh, my mind's too busy, right? We don't want any of that. Just no judgment of what's going on. And being an observer. So this is starting to notice what is going on with us. So in meditation, what are our thoughts? What's going on during our meditation? Being a witness to what's going on, being really curious. And the last one is beginner's mind. So even if you've been meditating for a year or 10 years or 20 years, when you sit down to do meditation, come to it with this freshness, not trying to recreate a past experience, but just an open mind, okay? So your job in meditation is to focus, and when your distracting thoughts happen, which it absolutely will, everybody will have that, you can just kind of ignore those thoughts and kind of leave them be, and then refocus back to your meditation with a gentleness and no judgment. Just do that, and you'll have to do that several times during a meditation. And really and truly not expecting a blank, calm mind. Okay? So what we're going to do is go right into the first meditation. Now, this first meditation is to get you into a relaxed state and start to have the awareness of the present moment, using our breath as the anchor, with heightened attention, and really tapping into what your body needs in the moment to moment with your breath, and allowing you to have this freedom of breath and being able to change your breath. I'm not going to be guiding you for most of it. You just want to tap in to see, how do I want to breathe? Do I want to just breathe naturally? Do I want to take invigorating breaths? That's what you're going to play with. And just by tapping into what your body needs in the moment, you decide what you want. So I call this the breathing freely meditation. So, as we do this, I want you to observe the ever changing nature of your body, of your sensations in your body, what's calling to you. Okay. And let yourself sense and receive the type of breath you want during this time. So, to get started, if you're sitting in a chair, I'd like you to sit tall. Sitting tall means sitting up tall as if maybe a string is at the top of your head and somebody's pulling gently on that string. We want to sit tall. We want to have our body relaxed. The idea of the posture and meditation is to have a relaxed body, but a very, very alert mind. And I want to say that again because we know about relaxation, that we get a lot of relaxation usually from meditation. But what we need to remember is to have this alert mind so we don't fall asleep. So have a relaxed body, an alert mind. I'd like you to have your feet flat on the floor so you can feel the contact of the bottom of your bottom of your feet to the floor. You can rest your hands gently on your lap if you like. And you can close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that. Or you can just have a soft gaze in front of you. I'd like you to have your mouth closed and breathing through your nose. And relax all the muscles in your face. And relax your jaw so your top and bottom teeth are slightly apart. And giving yourself permission to let go of what's going on in your life. You're here now. It's a beautiful thing to be here right now. Allow your attention to go inwards. It's time to be alert, to pay attention, and to observe with curiosity. In this breathe freely meditation, you'll observe your present state of being and find the breath that you need moment to moment. I'd like you to bring your attention to your breath and observe your breath, your natural breath. There's no judging, there's no right or wrong. Just notice. Noticing the rise and fall of your breath. And noticing the movements of your chest as you breathe. And now, just for a brief 30 seconds or so, I'd like you to do a quick scan of your body, starting from the top of your head and moving down to the tip of your toes, and noticing any sensations that you might find. As you do this quick scan, you might feel warmth or coolness or tightness or movement or itchiness or tingling. And now that you're more in tune with your body, I'd like you to ask yourself, what type of breathing does my body need in this moment? What type of breathing does my body need in this moment? If you feel tired, long inhalations may help invigorate you. If you feel stressed, long exhalations may help you relax. So now spend some time breathing in the way that your body is calling you to breathe. And you may change your breath at any time, moment to moment. So you'll have some quiet time now to breathe the way your body is calling you to breathe. And now you can return your breath to a natural, easy breath. Nice, easy, and natural. Enjoy this present moment, this wonderful moment. And observe your state of being in this moment. What is your state of being? And as you go about your day, know that you can call attention to your breath at any time and change your breath at any time, depending on what you need moment to moment. So let's end this meditation slowly. You can keep your eyes closed for a moment longer and begin to bring some movement back into your body. So mindfully move your body, move your feet, move your fingers. Feel that connection with the floor. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And we are back. Hi, everybody. Do a bit of a stretch if you'd like to stretch. It's always good to move after being so still, right? Nice stretches. Love it. I'd like to give you an opportunity to unmute. Don't be shy at all. If you want to make any comments about that meditation or have any questions or just kind of comment on how you're feeling, anything at all, I welcome you to unmute and share with the group. So on we go. I want to say that, a lot of people think that when you practice meditation and mindfulness, you have this blissful life, and some people don't kind of get it, or they're shocked if I say, I'm having a really crappy day, and like, what's wrong with you? And you're like, what? Why would you be saying that? Or I'll say, my life feels really unbalanced right now. I'm just working way too much. And people are like, oh, but you're supposed to be all mindful and everything. But you know what? Mindfulness isn't about being blissful and all that. Mindfulness is having the full human experience and being awake and aware and conscious of what you're doing and doing things with intention. And I met this a fellow in the industry today, and we were both saying how busy we are, and we both wanted to lean on each other to share how we're feeling about this. And it was such a beautiful thing, and that we both recognized that it's the human experience, and it's okay. So I want you to know that I'm not perfect. People that meditate all the time, they're not perfect, right? And I see things as when I have a really bad day, I see it as, it's okay. I'm human. It's happening. It's fleeting. It's going to go away, and it always does. And I see life as an adventure. We have quite an adventure going on right now, don't we? And I keep reminding myself of that, and it is. How would life be like if things were just all perfect? And like, that would be so boring. So here we are in our adventure today together, and thank you for being here. Okay, I want to share another practice called stop. I don't know if you've heard of this before. Again, this is a really simple one, but I think it's really quite neat. I'm going to show my screen again here. And it's practice number 3. We haven't done practice number 2 yet. I kind of did that a bit out of order. Sorry about that. So practice number 3 is a stop practice. So basically, when you're going through a difficult time, a difficult emotion, an uneasy part of your day, you do this stop practice, and it's an acronym. So S is stop what you're doing and pause for a moment. And that moment could be like 10 seconds, or it might be 5 minutes. It's whatever you want it to be. But stop what you're doing and pause. The T is take a breath, right? The breath is so important. And the word breath in lots of different languages actually is the same word as spirit. So our breath is just it's our aliveness, it's who we are. It helps you find your center and be in the present moment. And then observe, noticing what's happening within us and around us, observing, being witness, being curious and watching what's going on. And then, so noticing what's happening and seeing, is there any unease within you? And then P is for proceed, to continue on with awareness. So it's absolutely your decision in that moment. Are you going to continue with where you were going? Or are you going to make a change? So it's all about that living with awareness, living with consciousness, living with intention. And that fellow that I was talking to earlier today, we both said, yeah, we're overworking ourselves with intention. And we kind of laughed about that because that's actually what we're doing. Okay, so by doing this stop practice, this is mindfulness, and this affects the very next moment of our lives. So, again, with this beautiful nature scene, I want to go into the second meditation. And this one is the second practice that I was talking about, being with unease and doing a meditation all about leaning into this feeling of unease and being okay with that and not resisting it so much and feeling a softness around uncomfortable feelings. Okay. Because I know that when things aren't the way we want them to be, this causes us this state of unease. And uneasiness can manifest in the physical body. It's not a good thing. When we chronically let negative emotions be with us and we don't deal with it properly, it's going to live in our body as tension, as discomfort, as pain, as disease. Okay? So join me in this and make it part of your life to be aware of what's going on and dealing with it in a healthy way. Okay, so we're going to cultivate the ability to recognize unease and just let it be there. Hmm. And when we do this, we decrease some of that resistance that we feel, that resistance, that pushing away, getting rid of something. If we learn to live with this and be soft with it, it decreases that resistance. And when that resistance starts to go away, this profound sense of peace fills that void. That sounds like a really lovely thing, right? Okay. Mm. Yeah, I'm a really practical person, I think. And that being said, I want to talk about, what's the real life application here? So with COVID-19 changing our lives as much as it has, we're going to be faced with figuring stuff out and refiguring it out again and again, short term and long term. And we could really be missing or grieving the loss of something that we once had and dealing with the unknown of what's yet to come. Let me give me a moment here. I need to, sorry, excuse me here. I need to just mute everybody. Make sure it's completely silent. Okay. Okay, here we go. So again, I'd like you to sit up tall, get comfortable, relax that body, but be very alert. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that, or have a soft gaze in front of you. And begin to go inward again. Relaxing all the muscles in your face and taking a moment to become still. I'd like you to bring to mind how you've been feeling about COVID 19. It's, of course, likely that you're met with many, many different thoughts and feelings, either all at once. Some feelings come and go, and day to day it might feel different. So bring attention to the feeling of unease. And what might unease be for you? Maybe you would label various feelings of unease as anxiety or fear or uncertainty or irritation or whatever it might be for you. I'd like you to take a moment to pick one feeling to work with. Just one of these feelings right now that causes you some unease. And I'd like you to notice where in your body you feel this. And if we're not really used to kind of noticing things in our body, emotions and whatnot in our body, we need some time with this. So, for example, if you were perhaps dealing with the feeling of uncertainty and you want to tune into the sensations of your body, where do you feel this? And what does that feel like? And maybe as examples, it could feel like heaviness in the front of your torso. Maybe it feels like tightness in your shoulders. Maybe you notice it in multiple areas of your body in multiple ways. There's no right or wrong answer here. It's unique to you, and we need time to recognize it. So I'll give you a moment to scan your body, find where you feel that emotion and what does it feel like. So, where you are feeling this in your body, I'd like you to bring a receptive attention directly to any unpleasant sensations that you feel in those parts of your body. And is there an attempt, however subtle it might be, that you want to push it away, that you want to push out this discomfort, cut it off, block it off, pull away from it? And now to regard it differently. Begin to regard these areas that you found with a sense of allowing, a softening, an acceptance of this unease, and that it's okay to be there. Being with it as it is, allow, soften, and accept. And continuing to soften that reaction of this unease, allowing that fist of resistance to unclench and open. Experience your awareness as the soft space that surrounds this unease, allowing any unpleasant sensations to float in this soft awareness. A soft space of acceptance. And if you're quite a visual person, you can visualize this soft space of acceptance surrounding the areas of unease that you find in your body. And now letting your whole body become like open space with plenty of room for any unease to be in the soft space of acceptance. Your whole body, allow, soften, and accept. And before we end this meditation, I'd like you to check in with yourself again. And what is your state of being? How do you feel? How might you regard this unease now? And to end slowly, again, bring movement back into your body. Moving, feeling the contact of your feet to the floor, bringing your awareness back into the room that you're in, and bringing your awareness back to this community sitting group. And open your eyes when you're ready. So I'd love to hear from some of you if you'd like to share how that was, if that changed anything for you. Thanks for sharing that. You're reminding me to share something that I'd like to share. It's, self-compassion. So being good to ourselves and treating ourselves like you would treat somebody you really care about, right? And here's a really simple practice. I think you can, yeah, you can see me. Just put your right hand onto your heart area. And we did this at the last sitting group. Karen Unze did this. And press, put some pressure there. And it's kind of profound to feel that, and you can say whatever words you'd like to say that are positive, like you're okay, anything you'd like there. But this feeling of touch, like Shauna was saying, is really important. So even that little practice of putting some pressure there is quite beautiful. Yeah. Anybody else? So feeling calm and light, using my whole body as open space to hold the unease feels more manageable instead of anxiety just being in my chest like a stone. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard. I feel the same way. We need to stay informed, but I really don't like watching the news. And we have to remember that the news is so sensationalized, right? And just because they're predicting that and predicting this, you don't have to believe it. They're just words. Nobody knows what's going to happen. And they're just looking for headlines to grab attention of people. So just really remind yourself of that. And again, it's about the present moment, right? This is real, what we have right now. And it's so beautiful to have you here. It means a lot to me. I put a lot of effort into this, and I'm fine with that because it means so much. And the fact that you all showed up, thank you. You know, so lots of remarks. Thank you. Feeling calmer, acceptance of the now. Remarkable how when we pause and focus on breath, our uncomfortable feelings can feel less intense. Maynard says maybe set boundaries on news watching. Yeah, I don't watch a lot of the news. Um, I tend to scan headlines because then I can choose what I'm going to look at. But even those headlines sometimes are scary, right? But I try not to really watch the news that much. Shauna says, it's very cool that people can attend from outside the Lower Mainland. Yeah, I know. It's absolutely great. Okay, thank you. I'm going to end with the present moment poem. Some of you heard this a few months ago in person. And I'd like to do this with, I don't know, I like looking at these beautiful pictures. So I'm going to share this out again. The present moment. So this is just a poem I'd like to read to you, and you can do whatever you'd like. You can close your eyes if you want. I found sort of a starter version of this, and then I modified it quite a bit. So thank you for just sitting back and listening to this. The present moment, as small and brief as it may seem, a blink of an eye, a flap of a butterfly's wing, a single breath, is more real than any thought we've ever entertained. A thought is just a thought and nothing more. The present moment is the only place where we really are. It's more alive than our past can ever be, and it's more alive than our future that hasn't yet come. And we have so much to lose if we let that get away. This is a fleeting window of time where choices are made. Because what we do in this present moment affects the very next moment and becomes a direction we choose to go. If we wait for the right time to follow our dreams, to tell someone that we love them or forgive them, then that opportunity may never happen. In the present moment, our fears and worries can be met with soft acceptance. A thought is just a thought and nothing more. The present moment, as small and brief as it may seem, a blink of an eye, a flap of a butterfly's wing, a single breath, is more powerful than we can imagine. If we take a pause, we have so much to gain. We move from doing to being. So, in this present moment, right here, right now, breathe. I feel that so much, even as I'm saying this. It's so powerful, isn't it? Take a breath, you guys. So we're coming to the end here. I want to encourage you to really, know that there's so much benefit in meditation and mindfulness, and I invite you to integrate it into your life. And last time at the last sitting, I talked about volunteering to practice this, because when you volunteer, it's like you go into it with enthusiasm. You want to do it. Don't see it as a chore. See it as something that you want to do, that you crave. I crave it, and it's so much a part of me. So I'll send an email once I have the replay available. I'll send an email out to all of you, and I'll summarize those 3 practices and let you know when the replay is available, okay? And for those of you who have made a donation or want to, I really appreciate that. It's going to benefit the Greater Vancouver Food Bank. And to leave you with a last thought here, I have a message for you. Be well, be safe, and be mindful. That's as good as I could do. I wish my daughter could draw something for me. Should have had her do that. Okay. All right. Well, let's say goodbye. Why don't you unmute and wish everybody well? Be well, everybody. Be safe.
Yep.
Be well, everybody.
Everybody.
Be well.
Bye.
Thank you, Wendy.
Bye.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Wendy.
Thank
you.
you,
You're
Wendy.
You,
welcome.
Wendy.
It was
Thank
wonderful.
you. Good. Thanks.
Great, Wendy. Thank you.
That was
Good
great.
night.
Thank you. If anybody wants to stick around, I'll be here.
Thanks, Wendy. Thanks, Wendy.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Wendy.